Good morning. How are you today? Thank you for joining in. Whether you're new or returning, I'm so happy that you're here. So, as my usual, I'm just going to take a quick moment to introduce myself. Thank you for following along with Mom Life with HB. I'm HB. I'm a mom of two. Our daughter is 10. Our son is 2. I work remotely from home Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, which I am extremely grateful for, but some days are a bit trying at times. I am a wife. We have chickens, 9 hens, and 1 rooster. They find their way into our videos from time to time. Here on my channel, you'll find motivational cleaning, motivational workout, some unpacking videos, organization, chicken duties, laundry, just mom's life. So how are you today? I hope you're, my day today is Friday, so I hope whatever day you are seeing this, I hope your day is treating you well. This workout that I'm doing is Shanti's Insanity workout. I'm going back to the original. Most of my workouts are, all of my workouts are Shanti, but I focus on his Insanity or his Max 30. Every once in a while, if I want some weightlifting, I will do one of his T25 workouts because they have weights in those. But that's what this workout is. I only work out Monday through Friday, and I do it on my lunch break. I have an hour lunch. It's nice when I was doing the Insanity Max 30 workouts, because those Max 30 are 30-minute workouts versus Insanity, which are 40 to 45 minutes. So that eats up a lot of my lunch hour. But it's kind of like my midday break, and it kind of, if I'm having a hard day, it kind of resets my day and just clears my head. But these workouts do take a lot of mind focus, and some days when our little guy has no desire in playing or watching TV or taking his nap, it's a workout just to get my workout in. There we go. That's what I wanted to say, because I have to dodge and weave and, just to get around him, because a lot of times he wants to climb on top of me. So I'm doing push-ups or ski abs or something with him attached to me. But it's worth it to me. It really helps reset my mind. And so you can see, next is breakfast. So our eggs, not our eggs, our chickens are coming around to becoming more consistent layers. Like, some of them aren't laying all the time. I don't know if that makes sense. Some days I get an average between 6 to 8 eggs, and we have 8 hens. So some are laying, they don't all mature at the same time. So we have some that have been laying for months now, and then some that aren't. They're just not matured yet. So anyways, long story short, I had 36 eggs. We share a lot with family members. Like, my parents will get some, my brother will get some. They love farm fresh eggs. So on this day, I was like, okay, I really need to get some of these eggs done. 36 of them I had. So I ended up calling my brother, and he came and got 26 eggs like 2 days later, but I had already gained another 14 to 16 eggs by the time he came around to getting more. So here I just did a big batch of scrambled eggs, and this seasoning, this garlic butter, it's a garlic butter seasoning, but it's a grilling seasoning. I don't know. I really like it in my scrambled eggs with cheese, and so does my son. My daughter's not such a scrambled egg person. She would rather have runny yolk eggs. So anyways, that's what I did. I did a big batch of that, as you can see. And I just paired it with some pancakes and sausage. And sometimes that's nice to, throw in the freezer as breakfast sandwiches. I just take 2 pancakes, put sausage and some scrambled eggs or a fried egg in between the 2 pancakes, wrap it in some parchment paper, and throw it in a freezer bag, and then fruit. We always have fruit around here. My kids go through strawberries like they are water. So my daughter will just stand at the kitchen sink and just cut tops off and just eat the container. Like, I'm like, some days I am like, all right, hold it down on the strawberries just a little bit. But anyway, I'm glad, better for her than some cookies or candy. But she, it's okay. I'm really trying to get better in including you in my meal prepping for the week, my grocery shopping, grocery prep for the week. The last 2 weeks I've done a grocery pickup order, which actually is quite nice. I feel like I get more of what I need and less of what we don't need. But it takes a lot to do that, just because I know my channel is Mom Life, right? So Mom Life is full of interruptions. You're not always going to have it where everything is perfect and quiet, but I try and keep it that way, just because I focus more on like what I'm doing versus what my kids are doing, because they are younger. It's hard to video while I'm trying to meal prep and write out that grocery list and sit down and go through all of the options in the app and the pickup and etc. But anyways, and then I'm always like, okay, I'm gonna get this done, but it takes time. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pick it up, I'm gonna come home, and I'm going to do a grocery haul with you. And then again, it's by the time I get around to getting it picked up and getting it home and getting it all out, then by the time I realize it's 5-6 o'clock and it's time for dinner, and I'm like, I don't have time. I need to get all this stuff put away. I need to get dinner started, or I have a bunch of people in my kitchen, and it's just, life. I plan it out and it just never goes the way I plan it, but that's okay. I continue to try, and that's all I can say. So one day, fingers crossed, I hope I get in a routine, get used to doing all of this to bring you along with me. That also opens me up to, I keep trying to record dinner times, but a lot of the time, my husband and I will sit down and we'll meal prep together. I'm not always just the one cooking dinner. Some nights I'm like, oh, I'm going to cook this, but then things happen and he jumps in and he starts cooking dinner. But again, I'm training myself to get used to recording more of the things that I do in my day-to-day stuff. And I'm sitting here laughing, like, I am talking to you about this reorganization that I did of the kitchen cabinets because it was driving me crazy. And I don't know, maybe you're like this, maybe I'm just an oddball, but I had my mom come and help me, and I was literally taking things from one cabinet to another cabinet to this shelf to that shelf, and she's like, how many times are you going to move this stuff? And I was like, as many times as I feel I need to get it placed where I think it's going to work the best for us. Like, I'm wasting space for this or that, and we don't really use this or that, and it was just, I finally got it where I wanted it to go, except for some wine glasses. Where I want to put them, they just don't fit our season of life right now with our little guy. I just feel like they're big, and they're the ones with the stems, and one bump and they're going to hit the table and shatter. So why keep them in a space that we use all the time when it's something that we don't use? So I currently have them stuffed in the corner cabinet that we're not utilizing right now because I don't have everything unpacked. But here, that same day, I went through and refilled all of our seasoning packets. I put them in those rotating Lazy Susans. It's okay. It still eats the same, honey. Oh, I think it's nap time. But anyways, I divided them up based on seasonings, based on grilling seasonings, and then things like taco seasonings in another one. So I just went through and tried to reorganize them because I had them in a smaller cabinet next to our microwave, and it was just like an avalanche of seasoning bottles. It would fall whenever I would try and find one seasoning. It was just, I'm like, I kept saying every time we would access that cabinet, like, we have to do something with that. And here I just reorganized this little shelf. Like, so this is all of our cooking sprays and things like that. You can see that that's vanilla. I utilize vanilla a lot. And then our cutting boards and our cookie sheets, things like that. Anything else that was like baking related, I put over in a baking cabinet. So that kind of, this is just kind of showing how I reorganized and set this cabinet up, because I had everything shoved in there and it was getting so hard to pull things out that I knew that I had to, separate some things. So that's that. And then this is that little cabinet that I was telling you about where all of our seasonings were. I pretty much just put our everyday stuff. Pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, that garlic butter seasoning, and then up on the next shelf I had like toothpicks and like our baking go-tos such as cinnamon, things like that. Then it appears that my next task on my chore list was laundry. Every day it's always laundry. Is it like this for you too? I feel like it should be on the job requirements for mom. Must love to fold laundry. I mean, I don't know. So I'm just folding laundry, and I don't know what I was watching. I very rarely, about the only time I get to watch TV is when I'm folding laundry, so sometimes I don't mind it so much because it's my excuse to sit and watch TV. Now that I just realized I have talked the entire video, but I just want to say thanks again. I hope you enjoyed your time with me as much as I enjoy sharing my time with you. I hope you'll return to check out another one of my videos, but that's the end for today. Have an amazing rest of your day. Bye-bye.